What have you noticed any changes within the last year of the Zen Mindfulness Meditation Challenge? Have you seen a change? Any difference? Okay, so a year of Zen, what's changed? Alright, today is kind of a special day. Today marks exactly 1 year doing Zen meditation and mindfulness. I don't have any confetti, but I have this toilet paper. Not worth it. I apologize for this vlog because I have these dried mangoes and they're very delicious. And you'll see me eating them throughout the vlog because I cannot stop. I didn't quite know how to make this vlog since a lot has happened in 1 year. I want to talk a little bit about my journey of how I got to the point of doing a year of Zen meditation, how the people I spend the most time with, if they've seen any changes, which would be my mom, Carrie, and my dad, and then how I feel different and what I feel has changed. It's a lot to tackle, so let's get going. My introduction to mindfulness, they didn't call it Zen or Buddhism or meditation or anything like that because that's the religion side of it.
You seem to know when you're getting close to like a depression, I guess. That's one of them. So you kind of look for ways out of it, or you look at reasons to why you're getting that way.
The minute you get really stressed, then I start to get worried that it's going to throw you into an overload of emotion, and then you'll start to get into that downward spiral and depression.
So Mama Bear comes out.
Mama Bear comes out, and I just want to protect you and fix things, and I can't fix depression.
So my first experience came from, this is the binder I had, I still have it, while I was in the hospital in 2012. But there's one tab right here, I don't know if you can see it. This was my introduction to meditation and mindfulness. In the hospital, they talk about they're going to give you all kinds of tools. Not every tool is going to work for you, and what works for that guy or that gal is not going to work for you, and what works for you is not going to work for that. You get what I'm saying. Mindfulness was one of those things that worked for me, and it really sung to me.
Yes, what I've noticed out of you is that you're much more open to all ideas, less judgmental, take things at face value, and you judge them less harshly than you have in the past. That includes judging yourself on things, judging other people, and trying to be more open about just who you are.
That led me to a book called A Mindful Way Through, can't see it, A Mindful Way Through Depression by Jon Kabat-Zinn. Jon Kabat-Zinn helped start depression and mental health clinic on the East Coast, tying some techniques of Zen and mindfulness and using them to treat depression. There's been a ton of research. Now mindfulness is a standard in how you treat mental health. Chewy.
You know how you get when you overthink things and then you kind of get anxiety? I don't think, you still may overthink it, but you don't get anxious about it. So I see a much more peaceful, much more non-reactive person.
Now I was noticing that I was feeling better when I was meditating, but I was really bad at doing it consistently. So I got this app called Headspace. Headspace is a pretty great app. The first 10 sessions are free. And after 10, I was like, I'm gonna do it. So I spent like $100 to get it for a year because I was like, this is gonna help me out a ton. And I did it not as much as I hoped. I started Headspace in 2014, the end of 2014, December. I did it pretty good for about 2 months, just kind of fell out of practicing it. In the September of 2015, exactly a year ago today, I wanted to try a year of Zen meditation. It was my way of forcing myself to meditate every day, using Headspace, and seeing what could happen.
Is that you'll still get in a depression, just not as bad as what you've been?
Instead of something bugging you for 3, 4, 5, 6 days, you're over overnight or 6 hours. You know, you're able to process it and get on.
So I like the fact that I think in the last year you haven't really had a long period where you felt really depressed. You've had short stints, but you're able to get yourself out of it a whole lot faster. That makes me happy.
And that led me to all sorts of other books, which led me to this book by Michael Singer called The Untethered Soul. He has another book called The Surrender Experiment, which is also really good. So I'm off and running. I'm running through Zen meditation starting September 1st.
And I think the Zen probably has helped you live in the moment more and not worry so much about who you're trying to be or who you want people to think you are. So that's what I've seen.
As I was reading those books, I was also reading a book called The Blue Cliff Record, which is full of cones. And a cone is like this story. It kind of teaches your brain and punches it in the face, really grinds, and it just twists your brain up, and then you kind of come out on the other side looking at the world very differently. More of a mindfulness way of looking at the world. There's that one point I thought I was a dog, so for that, I am a dog. And I sat there like, I am a dog.
I am a dog. I sound great. The dog is me.
I didn't really think I was a dog. I just realized that me and the dog are made out of exact same elements. Sweet. Any negatives you've seen from it?
I don't see you till noon.
My morning routine's way longer.
It's a lot longer. Yes, it's worth it.
Okay. So I was doing one cone a week. Every day I would meditate on the same cone for 7 days. And every day I would see the world a little bit differently, even though I read the same thing I did the day before. Since I was getting really confused about these cones, there's another book called The Secrets of the Blue Cliff Records, which is essentially the Blue Cliff Records, but it gives you a little bit more information or different perspectives on it. So the more perspectives you have, the more you can kind of wrap your head around some of this stuff. Still didn't help. Still kind of super confused, but I think they were doing what they were meant to do, was just tweak your perception a little bit.
I think you're more aware of everything else, like, surrounding you. Just like that whole trip, just going up there, you kept the point like, wow, look at that. Oh my gosh, look at that. That is so cool. Just look at that. Just everything, so.
It was pretty cool.
And I think you have a new appreciation for everything else around you. Heck, if you kill that bug, you mean it would be murder for you.
Weird, right? And I thought Caroline was nuts and she let spiders outside.
I'm like, flick the bug, and you're like, no.
Bad news though, I really didn't want to spend another $100 on Headspace, but I liked that it kept track of when I was meditating and it had a streak. And for being someone as competitive as I am, the streak kind of kept me going. From starting Headspace, I had 236 sessions, 64 hours, which equates to like 2.6 days of straight meditation. So I gave up my score streak and I got another app called, where'd it go? What's over here? Satava. Now Satava is pretty great. It kept the score streak, it kept all the good stuff I liked about Headspace, but I didn't have to pay for it. It's 100% free.
How do I put this? You're more understanding about how different people relate to different things.
I've used Satava just about every single day. I have 7,072 minutes meditated on it. Over 300, I have 316 sessions. My longest meditation's like 88 minutes, where my average is 30 minutes. In comparison, like total days I've just spent meditating. If I was just meditating and someone was like, how many days straight would you have to sit there to equate to all the meditation? It comes out to 4.875 days. Because I've become aware of things, like, has just the relationship gotten better, worse? Has it stayed the same?
Well, obviously it's better. I think so. Maybe you don't think so. I think we've been better this last year than what we've ever been.
I started trying to make sense of some of the stuff that was happening while I was meditating, and that led me to this discovery of a bunch of other books. I heard about Eckhart Tolle. I've read this book like 4 times. So my routine would be I'd wake up every morning and meditate, because I found if I meditated in the morning, I would meditate. If you wait till the end of the day, you just kind of, I don't need to meditate. And that kind of happened with Headspace. I did miss a few days here and there. Now, here's the really interesting part. Just to keep this in perspective, I didn't miss a day for 187 days. Then I go on this trip up to my buddy Sam's cabin, and I don't meditate because everyone wakes up and they hang out and you're with people you haven't seen for a while. So I was just like, I'd rather hang out with them than meditate. After those 5 days, I was edgy, my depression started coming back, I was just irritable and like, I just felt like crap. One day of meditation for 30 minutes, I was back super weird, super awesome. That was a cool test, though.
You gave it a try. We all see a difference. And I think other people should open their mind to that.
Part of me the whole time was like, what happens if I didn't meditate? Is meditation really doing anything? You know, you start having these questions. So now here we are. These aren't all the books. Many books, a lot of research down the road. We're back. We're still here 365 days later, and I'm still meditating, and I still look forward to doing it every morning. So the biggest things I have noticed are I seem to be aware of things more. I seem to be aware of how other people are feeling, and I take like what I learned in grad school about looking on both sides of the spectrum. Judging comes from past conditioning that I have, and being aware of that makes me feel less judgy. So what's next? You know, that's the question. What's next? And I got this in the mail today, finally. When I started doing this, people were always asking me, how do you meditate? How to get into it? What do you do? There's this book right here. I talked about it yesterday. How to Train a Wild Elephant. I had to buy another one because I gave mine away to a friend. They're just simple daily mindfulness tasks that you try, but it helps you just be more aware. And if you've gotten anything out of this entire vlog, it's that a year of meditation has helped me be more aware. So I'm gonna try and get through this whole book. If you guys want to go on this journey with me, I think it would be really fun, and then we can share like our experiences in the comments and be a little bit more mindful. So that's it for this vlog. I'll update you on my plans for pole vault soon. We'll start that on Monday. I think there's a free version online in a PDF if you don't want to buy this book. I don't know what to do for a year now. I kind of want to, what would happen if I did yoga every day for a year? I just tried to explain 4 years of mindfulness, my journey of mindfulness in this little vlog. If you really want to see it, start back at the beginning of these vlogs and you can kind of see the transformation. Or if you just want to see the last year, I think it starts at vlog 88. So if you go to vlog 88 on, that's a year of Zen right there. Thanks for watching. Life's meant to be experienced and curiosity will get you there. See you tomorrow. Because I feel bad I didn't do anything funny in this vlog.
Shawn,
What?
I'm gonna ask you this once and you be very honest with me.
Okay.
I feel like you're filming this.
You don't want to smile, do you?
I don't know what to do with my hands.
This is not something you talk to me ever.
Oh, the camera's aimed at
Wide
aimed at my
angle lens.
It's aimed over here.
I feel like I'm being like staged for something right
I'm
now.
not being staged. I just am like, I'm trying to get
Oh,
the
you're so
answers
cute.
because I don't know how to start this thing.
I know, you're so adorable. You're so funny. How did I know?
Hold on, I gotta scratch my nose again. Don't put that in here.
Why are you trying to do this now?
Do what?
Fucking idiot. Sorry. We're stuck in traffic and I've been stuck on this road for 10 minutes right
Oh, it's just
Whatever. Anyway.
just road smartness.
Huh?
Just your road smartness.
Shut up.
Shawn's mom, I'm out.